Welcome back, guys. We've got an interesting knife to talk about today. This is from Kissing Crane, and this is part of their Moonshine series, of which I have a couple of other ones as well. I got these from a buddy, Dane. Celine Driver has a YouTube channel here. I'll put a link to that down below. Now, these are not anything fancy. They're, I don't know. I think I found this one online for like $29. But it's you can't even really get it. These are discontinued, but the company is still around, Kissing Crane, and it has a little bit of history. They have been making knives in Germany. They started in Germany in 1834, and I'll put a link to their website down below, so you can go and look at the history, which is kind of cool. Basically, the short version is a scissor maker married a woman whose father was a penknife maker. And so as soon as they got married, Peter Pauls started making his own penknives in 1834. And his first shipment to the US was in 1850. They got married. They had a daughter. Daughter grew up and married a scissor maker. Frederick Robert Class, or Class, I think it is. So after Peter died, the original guy, Robert Class took over and used his scissor making company and merged it with the pen knife making company, and created Robert Class Company, was what he called it. And then in 1895, he incorporated the Kissing Crane logo into the knives, and Kissing Crane Knives was created, I guess. And the long story short is there was a class running or involved in the company up until at least 1934. So just a very kind of interesting, and there's a lot of other history there, and it talks about what happened after the 80s. And, they kind of went dark from 1934 to 1980. They were still there doing some stuff, but the history's kind of sketchy. So they kind of came back on the scene in the 80s. And I'll link to that down below. You guys can go read it because we're already rambling. I'm trying to keep this kind of short just because this is not your normal, typical stuff you get on my channel. So, but I don't know how to do things much of a different way. So I'm just going to run through the specs really quick on this knife. It's 4 7/8 closed. It does have a stop here. Overall length is 8 3/4, 3.91 inch blade, 3.34 inch cutting edge. It is 440 stainless steel, which is what they make all of their blades out of. For the most, that's their primary steel. Blade thickness is 0.112, weighs in at 3.6 ounces, and the overall thickness is 0.618. Now, it's very cool. It's that Italian stiletto look, and being at the Moonshine series, it does have fingerprints on it because it is a pretty mirrored finish blade. So let me try to clean that off. And so it does have a custom laser engraving, which they do on several different knives. The Kissing Crane logo, the Moonshine designation number of this knife, I'm guessing, because the other knives have different numbers to them. And I don't know how many are in the series. I have these 3. With this, I believe this is kind of a faux stag, but it is brass bolsters. Kind of an interesting lock. All in all, it's just kind of cool. It's got some serial numbers there. They're all serialized, they did say on their website, and they have a good, nice edge, nice finish. Again, these are used. These are older. Don't know exactly when this particular model came out, but It's not something I would carry for sure, but I think it's just kind of cool for us knife nuts, knife enthusiasts, knife collectors to have this style of pocket knife. I think is just cool. And even the lock is kind of interesting where it is a hole in the middle with a pin in the blade. It's just kind of cool. It kind of rests there. There is an actual stop like on a slip joint there and a nice close. So not fancy, not anything special per se, but kind of a cool history. And I was just, my friend Dane sent me a picture of all three of these. And I think they were open. I don't remember exactly the picture. And he asked if these were worth anything, if I knew anything about them. And I didn't know anything about them. I did find the company online and saw a little bit of the history and told him that they're probably not worth much, but they're kind of cool. So he asked me if I wanted them. I gave him, a few bucks for shipping, and he shipped them over to me, which was super cool and super nice. And I haven't done too much research on these ones yet, but I will, and I'll make separate videos because I figured I would just try to make 3 kind of shorter videos than one long drawn out video on something like this. Because most of the people that are watching my channel, aren't going to spend a lot of time watching these ones, which, I like to give you guys what you want to see for the most part. I know that people say, oh, just do what you want on YouTube and whatnot, but I want to do stuff that people are going to actually watch. So anyway, I will do videos on these other 2 shortly. Again, I'll do those a little quicker because I won't go into all the history, but interesting knife. Dane, thank you very much. Go check out his channel. It's mostly watches and some car content. He has a crazy built Mustang, which is super awesome, and a total car guy. So, yeah, if you're into that kind of stuff, go check him out too. And college football, he's really into that too. I'm not, so I skip all of his college football videos. Sorry, Dane. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, just something a little different and out of the norm that I thought I would share. So have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.